Germany, a country of poets and thinkers, but also a country of 16 wildly different states, each with its own unique charm and, of course, its own set of stereotypes. Today, we're taking a fun, light-hearted journey through all 16 German states to uncover the clichés they're known for. Remember, these are just stereotypes, so take them with a grain of salt and a good sense of humor. Let's get started. First up, the big one, Bavaria or Bayern. When you think of Germany, you're probably thinking of Bavaria, Lederhosen, dirndls, giant pretzels, and even bigger beers at Oktoberfest. Bavarians are often seen as a bit conservative, deeply proud of their traditions, and maybe speaking a dialect that even other Germans can't understand. They're considered friendly and hearty, but also a little bit of a country unto themselves, sometimes jokingly wanting to be their own nation. Next door is Baden-Württemberg, the land of inventors and savers. This is the home of Mercedes-Benz and Porsche. The stereotype: people here are incredibly hardworking, thrifty, and intelligent. The Swabians famous for being frugal, or as the Germans say, sparsam. The joke goes that a Swabian parent will teach their kid to say savings before they can say mama. They're also known for their cleanliness and for a peculiar tradition called Kerwosch, where neighbors take turns cleaning the public areas of their apartment building. Let's head north to the city-state of Berlin. Berlin, the capital of cool, creativity, and chaos. The stereotype for Berliners is that they're brutally honest, a bit rough around the edges, and always seem to be either a struggling artist, a DJ, or a tech startup founder. The city is famously described as poor but sexy. It's a place where anything goes, punctuality is optional, and you can get a diner kebab at 3 in the morning. Don't expect overly polite customer service. The famous Berliner Schnauz, or Berlin Snout, is a form of direct, often grumpy wit. Surrounding Berlin is Brandenburg. Poor Brandenburg. It's often stereotyped as the vast, empty countryside that Berliners escape to on the weekends. It's seen as quiet, a bit boring, with lots of forests and lakes, but not much else. People from Brandenburg are considered down-to-earth and perhaps a bit slower paced than their hyperactive neighbors in the capital. It's the peaceful, green lung right next to the concrete jungle. Now, let's sail up to the coast, to the free and Hanseatic city of Hamburg. Hamburg is Germany's gateway to the world, a bustling port city. The stereotype Hamburgers are sophisticated, a bit posh, and perhaps a little reserved or cool, like the northern weather. Proud of their city's wealth and maritime history. Think well-dressed business people, beautiful canals, and a constant drizzle of rain. They're seen as more open-minded and worldly than their southern counterparts, but maybe a little less outwardly friendly at first. Right next to Hamburg is Schleswig-Holstein, the land between two seas, the North Sea and the Baltic Sea. People here are stereotyped as quiet, stoic, and unflappable, much like the flat landscape and the steady sea breeze. They're the true fish calf or fish heads of Germany. The stereotype is that they don't talk much, but when they do, it's straight to the point. A common joke is that a moin is a full conversation. They are resilient, unfazed by bad weather, and deeply connected to the sea. To the east is Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. This state is stereotyped as Germany's vacation paradise, but also as one of its most sparsely populated regions. It's known for its stunning Baltic coastlines, thousands of lakes, and beautiful nature reserves. The people are considered very quiet and reserved, even more so than in Schleswig-Holstein. It's seen as a place where time slows down. Perfect for retirement or a relaxing holiday, but maybe not for the young and ambitious. South of that, we find Saxony and Anhalt. This state is often stereotyped as being a bit, well, overlooked. It has a rich history. It's the birthplace of the Protestant Reformation. But today, it's often seen as struggling economically. People from here are considered direct and nonsense, part of the former East, and some stereotypes about post-reunification challenges still linger, portraying it as a region trying to find its modern identity. Then there's Saxony itself, home to the beautiful cities of Dresden and Leipzig. The Saxon stereotype is one of the most distinct in Germany. They're known for their unique, often parodied dialect. Saxons are stereotyped as being cozy, coffee-loving, and perhaps a bit complacent. They're also considered clever and inventive after all, This is where the first European porcelain was made. Polito. The region has gained a stereotype for being more conservative in recent years. Next is Thuringia, the green heart of Germany, famous for its dense forests and the Thuringia sausage. The stereotype: Thuringians are down-to-earth, hospitable, and masters of the grill. They are deeply proud of their culinary heritage, especially their bratwurst, which they will argue is the best in all of Germany, and they're probably right. They're seen as friendly, uncomplicated folk who enjoy the simple pleasures of life in their beautiful wooded homeland. Let's head west to Hesse, home to the financial powerhouse of Frankfurt. The stereotype is naturally split. On one hand, you have the slick international bankers in Manhattan, who are seen as ambitious, work-obsessed, and maybe a bit arrogant. On the other hand, the rest of Hesse is stereotyped as being more traditional and folksy, known for its apple wine or Ebelwoi, so it's a state of contrasts. Skyscrapers and quaint apple taverns. South of Hesse is Rhine-Palatinate, think rolling hills, ancient castles on the Rhine, and wine. Lots and lots of wine. People from here are stereotyped as being cheerful, sociable, and lovers of a good festival. They reconsidered very laid back and experts in Gemütlichkeit, that untranslatable German word for coziness and conviviality. Life here moves at a slower, more pleasant pace, likely punctuated by sips of Riesling. And then we have the tiny state of Solent. The stereotype about Solent is that it's small, heavily influenced by its neighbor, France, and that everyone is related to everyone else. The running joke in Germany is that Solent's family tree is a circle. Solenters are seen as bon vivants, who enjoy good food and a relaxed lifestyle. They're considered very friendly and close-knit, with a strong regional identity. North of that lies the giant of North Rhine-Westphalia, or NRW. It's Germany's most populous state and a former industrial heartland. The stereotype is a tale of two regions. The Rhineland, with cities like Cologne and Düsseldorf, is known for its carnival-loving, open and cheerful people. The Kellner are famously sociable. The Ruhr area, on the other hand, is the old coal and steel region. People from there are stereotyped as being direct, honest, and working class. They say what they mean and mean what they say. Just above NRW is Lower Saxony, or Niedersachsen. This is a large, diverse state, so the stereotype is a bit harder to pin down. It's often seen as just ... average Germany. Not too flashy, not too provincial. People from Lower Saxony are stereotyped as being grounded, reliable, and speaking the clearest German. Or Hochdeutsch, making them the default German accent in many people's minds. They are solid, dependable, and perhaps a bit plain compared to their more eccentric neighbors. And finally, we have the last city-state, the free Hanseatic city of Bremen. Bremen is often seen as the slightly more quirky, alternative little brother of Hamburg. It's known for the famous town musicians of Bremen fairy tale. The stereotype is that people from Bremen are liberal, laid back, and a bit stubborn. It's a city with a proud, independent spirit, but on a much smaller, cozier scale than Hamburg or Berlin. So, there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the stereotypes of all 16 German states. From the beer-loving Bavarians to the stoic fishheads in the north. Of course, these are just playful cliches, and Germany is a wonderfully diverse country with amazing people in every single state. Which stereotype did you find the most accurate or the most surprising? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.